Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
As you're waking up on this first day of March, breaking news spread across downtown Detroit. You're looking at the vehicle involved in a shooting along the freeway. Freeways impacted I-375, 96, 94 this morning. We'll have much more on the investigation.
Police have been actively investigating both on the freeway and off. And what you're seeing there is from Detroit Receiving Hospital. As Rhonda says, bullet holes in that vehicle, they believe, involved in this shooting that left one woman dead. We're working to see if all of these scenes now are connected, where police have been investigating on the freeway, and now that scene at the hospital as well.
So let's get straight out to Priya Mann. She has been following the developments here in these multiple locations to give us an update on what you've learned from investigators. Priya, good morning.
Good morning, Rhonda and Jason. You mentioned multiple locations. That's creating challenges for investigators as they move from one potential location to another. Let's start with video from Detroit Receiving Hospital. You can see a black SUV that's been cordoned off with crime scene tape there. Several bullet holes visible there. That vehicle parked at Detroit Receiving Hospital. And then all morning long, Michigan State Police have been investigating multiple locations on area freeways. First along I-375, the northbound lanes near Grand River. And now we're at eastbound 96 near the Warren exit. Just moments ago, troopers left this scene. Not clear yet if the freeway is completely open, but we have seen vehicles getting onto eastbound 96 from that Warren ramp. We have seen officers placing many evidence markers, as well as the K-9 unit also assisting. Sadly, one woman has been killed in this overnight shooting. Police still working to determine the exact location of the shooting and whether there are potentially more victims here as well. But a difficult morning for investigators. This is a very fluid scene. We will continue to follow this investigation. Again, multiple shots fired. One woman is killed. Police have been investigating all morning long. We'll have the very latest coming up. Reporting live, I'm Priya Mann. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Priya, we appreciate it. And we have been seeing how both the freeway itself has been closed in spots. Sometimes it's just the ramps, but police have been all over the area this morning looking at that. The
police, along with dogs, searching for evidence. And let's get to Darnell Blackburn with the very latest on the freeways impacted right now.
Yeah, we have a lot of impacts, Rhonda, in this area. So we are getting reports that the I-94 ramp is closed eastbound to I-96. We got reports of that. And we also have a report that the freeway is closed on I-96. It may be opening up soon, but if you are being routed this way, I would just stay on I-94 and take that to the lodge, and that'll get you around that area. But those are reports for right now. Let's check in with Ashley and see how things are looking with the weather.
Well, thank you, Darnell. And even if that's not part of your morning commute, you're likely waking up to wet pavement that could slow you down. So rain showers to start your Monday morning, first Monday of May, and it's feeling a little more winter-like, especially with a rain-snow mix in the forecast this evening. You heard me right. Drier weather will return to our area the middle of this week, and we do have a beautiful weekend on tap. But before we get there, we're dealing with some snow showers that will drape the area heading into this evening. So low pressure. Here's the deal with a low pressure system. All the air around it rotates counterclockwise. So that's why you see this counterclockwise rotation. Unsettled weather will continue to impact us throughout the day. So Exact Track 4D showing that we mainly have light showers draping Royal Oak Clawson. But if you are going to be traveling along the Southfield Freeway here north of I-96, that's where there's a pocket of a heavier downpour. So inching closer to the Southfield area, you'll likely have some heavier rain showers momentarily. Dearborn, some moderate showers pushing eastward into the western edge of Detroit. As we take a live look at downtown Detroit, we sit at 40 degrees, 39 in Howell, Pontiac, and Adrian. And so for today, it's a wet start with some evening wet snowflakes. Temperatures will be topping out in the upper 40s this afternoon, putting us 15 to 20 degrees below average. A little breezy at times, too. We'll time out when that changeover happens from rain to snow in just a few minutes.
All right, Ashley. Other news this morning, a double shooting leaves a woman dead and another in the hospital in southwest Detroit. This was the scene here on Sunday on Smart near Lanyo. Investigators tell us the shooting happened during a house party and a woman shot both victims, leaving a 23-year-old woman dead. The second victim, also 23, is hospitalized. No word on her condition. A person of interest is in custody in connection to that shooting.
We are working to learn more about a break-in at the home of the doctor killed last week in Detroit's Boston Edison neighborhood. Investigators are telling us that someone broke into the home of Dr. Hoover in that neighborhood over the weekend. The prominent brain surgeon was found dead inside of the home on April 23rd. Police say that he was shot several times. A person of interest is in custody for a different case, though police believe that that person does have information about Dr. Hoover's murder. And many gathered on Sunday afternoon for Dr. Hoover's funeral at the Cathedral of the Most Blessed Sacrament in Detroit. We could receive an update later today from police about the investigation into Dr. Hoover's death and the break-in into his home.
Just as spring practices wrap up, 2 Michigan State football starters decide it's best to move on from East Lansing. And I mean prominent starters. Quarterback Peyton Thorne and wide receiver Keon Coleman are currently in the transfer portal now, looking for a fresh start with a different school. Earlier this spring, Coach Mel Tucker said there would be competition for all positions, and nobody's spot is guaranteed. The Spartans open the season Friday, September 1st. The USFL's Michigan Panthers making their home debut in front of nearly 7,500 fans at Ford Field Sunday. After kicking a field goal on the opening possession, the Panthers allowed the New Jersey Devils, wrong sport, the Generals scored 3 straight touchdowns. The Panthers tried to claw their way back into this one, although they would come up short 28-13. Coming up at 7 on Local 4 Plus, I'll be joined by former MSU football player J.U. Kulkrug, who's the radio analyst for the Panthers. He's going to discuss this team as well as the Spartans and the NFL draft.
Lots to talk about in sports around here.
Sure is.
Will artificial intelligence take your job next? There is a new report that says that it could soon replace millions of careers. The jobs most at risk.
ChatGPT, find me a new news anchor. And new overnight, see who's stepping in after a third U.S. bank fails this year.
More on that and a live look outside where it's a wet start to your Monday morning, first day of May, and Ashley says snow showers are in the forecast. When will it be spring sustainably? We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast as well, which looks a little more hopeful.